Good evening, everybody. Well, as you can see, I've got some really ripe bananas. That means banana nut bread time. But I do a little bit different. I've got 2 chopped small apples. I put some lemon juice in it to kind of keep it from turning brown. So once you cut it up, you kind of, put some lemon juice and kind of swirl it around. I also add about a half a cup of corn of coconut flakes, just because I like it. And then I put in about 1.5 to 2 cups of chopped walnuts. When you're doing walnuts, make sure that they're the light color. If they're black or dark, throw them out because they will be super, super bitter. Okay, so this recipe is going to be, I'm doubling and I'm making 2 loaves. So I'm going to have 6 very ripe bananas. That's the way they should be. The riper they are, the sweeter they are. Okay, and then I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I got 12 softened teaspoons of butter. I've got a cup and a half of sugar. Because the bananas are sweet, it doesn't take as much sugar, so a cup and a half. We got 2 eggs. I'm going to be putting in cinnamon, vanilla, almond extract, and about 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and about a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to get these mashed, and I'm going to show y'all the next step as I go. Okay, so once you've got your bananas good and mashed, you're going to add to that, you're going to add your butter, which again, this is going to be softened, not melted. It is going to be 12 teaspoons. And then you're going to mix this. To this, you're going to add your 2 eggs. Okay. I'm going to whisk this in. I'm also going to add my apples. And I'm going to get this whisk up. And in this bowl, we've got our flour, our sugar, the cinnamon, which I used 2 heaping teaspoons. I used a half a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I'm going to get this whisked together, and I'm going to slowly mix this in, folding it. And then when it gets to that point, I'll put my coconut and my walnuts in last. Okay, so I folded in the flour. So now all I've got left is I'm going to mix in the walnuts, and I put in my vanilla extract, which I used 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and about a half a teaspoon of almond extract. If you've watched me bake, you know I put that almond extract in pretty much everything. I just like the way it smells. It don't really change much of the flavor, but it does when it's baking. It just really smells good. So I'm going to add my coconut, and I'm going to butter my pans. I got 2 loaf pans. I'm going to butter those, and I'm going to get them poured up, and I'll show you what they look like right before they go in the oven. Okay, so they are ready to go in the oven. As you can see, the batter is going to be really thick, but remember, this is not cake batter. This is bread. This is bread butter. Bread batter, so it's going to be thicker. Another thing, of course, you don't have to use apples. You don't have to put coconut. You don't have to do all that. But the thing with banana nut bread is you can add other fruits. If you like cranberries, if you like, some other kind of fruit, you can put it in there, because banana nut bread is one thing that I think that other fruits go well inside of. But again, that's just me. This is just how I like it, because it just adds a little bit more flavor and texture to it. So I'm going to get these in the oven. They go in at 350 for 45 minutes or so. So I'm going to check in about 45 minutes. And I will let y'all know how long it takes to actually get these 2 loaves done. Okay, so it actually took 55 minutes. As you can see, it's nice and golden brown. You don't want to overcook it, but you do need to make sure it's cooked all the way. When you pull it out the oven, you do take it out of the pan and you put it on your cooling rack. I haven't pulled this one out of the pan yet, but you just put it on this cooling rack. You could save this up to 2 or 3 days. Wrap it once it's cooled in an aluminum foil or plastic wrap to keep it from drying out. You can have this for 2 or 3 days on the counter. Or you could put it in the refrigerator for a week, or you can wrap it real tight and freeze it for up to a month. Of course, I'm going to bring one to my mom and dad, and by the time we all eat on this one, it won't last more than 3 days. So I will let this cool a few minutes, and then I will cut it as I like it when it's nice and warm. So I will cut it and show y'all what it looks like. Okay, I went ahead and just cut it just so y'all can kind of see. Yes, it needs to cool off some more. But you can see you've got your fruit, you've got your apple, you've got your walnuts, you've got your little bit of coconut. Doesn't that look yummy? I'm going to let this finish cooling. Get me a piece of this, bring this over to my mom and dad. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I will put the recipe in the comments just so you don't have to go back through all of this. If y'all have any questions again, just let me know. If not, enjoy, y'all.